Hello and welcome, this is the Nuclear Rabbit and today I'm going to be playing a bit different of a run. I'm going to be using some items from my New Game Plus stuff. So basically what I'm saying is that I'm going to be using the shared stash to play a BowaSorc. You can see how I'm dealing with Corpse Fire on normal, and that's why I'm doing this on New Game Plus. Also, the build just doesn't work without a certain item. We go ahead as usual and start some leveling on Rakunishu, who as always is a hard fight. I mean, he almost scares us all the way back to home. After that we go and have a Wild West shootout with some Vile Archers. Which is way harder than I expected it to be, not gonna lie. And as you can tell, this is not going that well so far. Like the BowaSorc just doesn't do any damage. But we have a fix for that. It's called Enchant and we will be using it later on in the run. So yes, this is an Enchantress BowaSorc. And that is a save and exit. On 2 HP. In Act 1, normal. So I decided to mule over some more items because I'm gonna goddamn need them. With that, we hit level 15 and we get our first item, the Ravenclaw Longbow. And this has fires, explosives, arrows, or bolts. In a recent patch, they fixed Enchant not working with bows. But Enchant really does well with fire damage. So what you want to do is just have a bunch of fire damage on a bow. But there's only a few bows that do it. I only own 2 of them. One of them is the Kuko, which we will be using later on in the run. And the other one is the Ravenclaw. And basically what I'm doing is using Ravenclaw, explosive arrows, plus Enchant to deal a lot of fire damage. And be the best Amazon you could ever have. We get Mage Face for a plus skill on our gloves. And with that we hit up Mephisto. And as you can tell, I'm still just staticking. I mean, I'm a sorcerer, so I'm gonna static. Fish will swim, sorcerer will static. With that, we hit the Diablo fight, as usual, just static. Like, boss fights on the sorcerers are just different, you know, you're just static and things die. And on level 32 we get a Razor Tail, and this has 33 piercing attack, and on level 33 we get the Kuko, which gets plus 3 to bow and fire skills but doesn't do anything. We just need the explosive arrows and the Shale Rune in the weapon. You just get a lot of damage with Enchant this way. I mean, we are just chunking the Ancients. And for Bale, as usual, we just static. This is a New Game Plus run, so we can just go on to Andariel. I also decide on some Waterwalks. I'm very low on my life total, plus I found these ethereal perfect ones, so I want to use them. And this is just the build. You just go warmth, static, or yeah, warmth, teleport, static, enchant, and I decide to use a hustle. I want to try the rune word. And I just wanted to see how fast it'll go. I mean, look at that. That's a good BowaSorc. And we head through Nightmare just using that equipment. Nightmare is just, especially on a Twinks New Game Plus run, Nightmare is just kind of a breeze. So as you can tell, I'm just like 3 and 4 shotting the bosses. Unless they're fire enchanted, but then even then it's like, well, it's not that bad. So we static Mephisto again. And we are even chunking the act bosses. We're doing that much damage. Once again, we just walk up to Diablo and static him. The way to beat Diablo is just walk up to him. Not on normal, but it works on Nightmare and Hell. Just walk straight up to him. Just go stand right in his middle region and shoot him. And here we have the Sirens of Death. I died on one of my sorceresses here, so I'm very paranoid about this area. And I just like to dodge stuff now. So after taking down the Sirens and saving Anya, we go for the Ancients again. So the strategy here is to try and split them up. But they're not really having it, so we're kind of in trouble here. I do, however, end up getting Maddock on his own, so he goes down. And now we can do a 2v2, which seems fine to me. As you can tell, once I split them up, I am just chunking them out. I'm also enchanting the Mercenary, even if they are fire immune. Enchant just gives a ton of attack rating, which helps your Mercenary. But look at that chunking go. I mean, considering we are a meme build, this is a very solid Ancient. And that's a less solid Wordstone keep. But we do end up getting to bail again. Okay, one thing this build is lacking is Crushing Blow, but I ended up giving an Obedience to my Mercenary. It's a Helcothel at fall. It just has a bunch of resistances, damage, and a bunch of Crushing Blow. I decide to make a Wisdom, and I choose this over the other one. You have like Flickering Flame, but I don't want to spend a Vex Rune. And I really like the Cannot Be Frozen on a melee build. While this isn't completely melee, it's a range build, it's still nice to have Cannot Be Frozen because it slows you down. Then we had for some leveling. So people have been asking me a lot, like, how do you do these fast runs? How do you get them done? Why are you taking a week what is taking me weeks or months even? And the reason is I know where to level very efficiently. This is players 8 cows, not sped up at all. And you can just see my experience bar just chunking along. One of the biggest skills in doing fast runs is, well, first off, knowing your maps. You need to know your maps. If you don't, you're gonna have a shitty time trying to be fast. The second thing is just know where to level and how high to go. Once again, players 8 cows, just look at my experience bar. This isn't sped up. And I do actually finding the longbow, the Ravenclaw. So I could have done this untwinked, but I'm gonna be honest, I think this build is pretty miserable to do untwinked. I might try it at some point, but I think it's way more fun to do this on NG+. I ended up spending like an hour, maybe 90 minutes in the cow level. Just doing this. Shooting a lot of cows, getting a lot of levels. You can really see the pierce coming through here as well. We have pierce from the razor tail and pierce from the helmet. And you can see the damage just stacking up while flowing through them. So I go up to level 70. And with that I go into hell. And we go and kill the smith. And as you can tell, the damage is super reasonable. But this build is not without its faults. You are pretty frail. Fire immunes are just a disaster to fight. So you have to lure your mercenary and them towards a silent little corner and then just poke away at each other. We do end up clearing the room, killing Antariel. When things aren't fire resistant, like in Act 2, you can just see how quickly things die. Also, this is one of the most dangerous rooms in the game for me, the Talrash's Tomb final room. So everything's fire immune and it's very cramped, so I end up having to guide my mercenary around. And as you can tell, it's very crowded. But then again, you are a supercharged BowaSorc with teleport. So you do have some means to work with. Then we had the Duriel. And at this point the mercenary can just chunk him while we shoot at him. Oh, I forgot to edit it in, but I changed my armor from a hustle to a skin of the Viper Magi. I needed to resist. Which is a shame, I really like the IAS and the faster walk. Perfect Duriel drop, and with that we go for the council. And this is just how you deal with fire immunes with this build, just lure them out one by one. And if it looks tedious, that's because it is. That's the only thing that's tedious about this build. Like, this build is so much fun to do in like the pits or the cow level. It's a great build, very fun. But yeah, just don't go farming fire immunes. And once all the fire immunes are gone, you can just shoot the lightning immune Travancore members. Take your position. That one spot in the Durance of Hate, you can just lure everything over there, just teleport to the middle and just shoot them. It's super safe. And once again, Mephisto, this time in hell. Mercenary just tanks him. Ishwal is just waiting at the start, which is really nice. Then we go for Hephasto, the Armorer, who is lightning and physical immune, so not doing that. But look at this damage when things aren't fire immune, just so much damage. I mean, a regular BowaSorc would be very jealous of this. You can make it better by using a lower resist wand as well. If you're into that kind of thing. So here we have the one downfall of this build, a pack of fire immunes with a physical fire immune boss. And there's two ways to do this. One, reset the game. and hope he doesn't rule physical immune the next time. Or just have a lot of patience. Which I decided to do because I don't want to clear the Chaos Sanctuary again. And with a long wait, Infector does end up going down. And I mean a long wait. And after that we have the Diablo fight again. Just static him, stand next to him and he'll die very easily. Don't do this. I don't know why I walked away from him. I shouldn't. Seriously, what was I doing in that fight? Anyway, time for the Ancients. So I end up resetting them a few times. And just trying to split them up again. And I end up getting Talik locked in a corner. So I have Zanari poke at him. While I bravely stand behind the wall. Okay, so Talik does end up getting out of the corner, kind of attacking me, but my mercenary can kill him. And then it's time for the other two, after taking some potions. And some inventory Tetris. So I do the inventory Tetris because on console, if you press your stick, it'll auto-sort the potions if they are correct in there. So I end up just doing the lower row and then just auto-filling it. And with that we get Maddock on his own and we take him down. And now it's time for the final one whose name I totally remember. I've been playing this game for 22 years. I keep forgetting the name of the enemy. With that we are level 75. Time to end the game. After getting through that hellhole of a Worldstone Keep level 3. But you can see the piercing damage is really amping up here. Just they're in a row. And you're just shooting tons of damage at them. So we have the Bale fight as usual. We just static him down. Mercenary does a good job tanking him. Piercing damage really adding up. You can see like multiple explosions in Bale, which is a ton of damage. But Bale just has a lot of HP and a lot of fire resist, so it still takes a bit. And at this point I think I'm safe. But I mess up. I go for the save and quit, but I don't get there. I'm slain by the festering appendages, by the way, so never die to Bale. And thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Bye bye.